Alright. Just go to sleep right quick and then I'll start the long trek home.
Okay.
It actually should be pretty interesting heading home. I haven't been home in a while. This is actually a bit of a treat getting to head home again, you know, after a long time away. A long time abroad is what I've been doing.
Exactly.
Oh, this is just like life. You're like abroad for like a good few years and then you have to come back home for a funeral service and then go back.
Right? It's exactly what it is. You have arrived in time for a funeral, sir.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate funeral. Is this Epna's next of kin?
This white one
And this brown one?
this brown one were the original?
So these are the kids of
Offspring.
Sleipnir and Epna.
Those are Epna's and Sleipnir's children.
You look just like your
This is-
mother.
this is
you.
like a-
But at least Epna survived though.
Here, let me just those are yours.
Oh, is this hers?
Yep.
Epna's armor and Epna's saddle. Okay.
Better.
You ready?
Yes.
Get on with it. There it is. The Legend of Epna. Let me put her remains in the display. Stupid chickens are ruining the moment.
Should I go silent?
No, that's awful. Epna would not tolerate such a grave indignation to another animal. Here, we lay to rest Epna's very own golden armor. Very first armor I put on a horse in this world. And it served her well, protected her many days and many nights. Epna's armor. And here we have Epna's saddle. Also the first saddle I'd placed on a horse in this world. As she was, indeed, the first horse I'd tamed in this world. The first one I'd even found. Here it goes. Her mount. Now, as for the sign, I'm not sure if I could recall the countless things she's done and the countless adventures she's been on with us, but let me see. Well, there's a lot to say about Epna. So much that the sign had to be generalized to just capture her essence. But you know what? She had a good run. She was the first horse of this world. She was in many a highlights. We have a whole highlight of her big reveal as I come running up to you. I'll never forget that. I was being completely silent, not even letting you know that I'd found horses and that I'd gotten Epna. And of course, so fitting for a horse named after the legendary Zelda horse, whose name we will not try to pronounce. But, you know what? She had the superior spelling. And she lived up to the name for which she was based.
Horse of Legends.
A horse of legends. And like Link's steed that came before her, he served a critical role in providing transport in countless encounters and countless adventures. And like I said earlier, I'll never forget that time when Epna and I, you know, got lost on while we were traveling about trying to get to the end. And we had to survive out in the wilderness, and I just had to barricade myself in there. And then, of course, she provided transport to and from there. She's provided my transport, quite frankly, a large majority of the time, ever since I'd tamed her. So she was an awesome horse. Even when we got better armor, I let her keep the golden one because it was majestic. And you know what? She deserves this spot in the Hall of Heroes, where she belongs.
Well, she will always be remembered.
Always be remembered.
Her legend will live on through tales
Indeed.
and the songs of our people.
She is succeeded by her child out in the horse stead, who we are yet to name. Two children, actually, in the horse stead, who we are yet to name. But hopefully, they'll live up to the name. For that name is now preceded by the legend, in all caps, in this crypt. Rest in peace, Epna.
And yes,
You are a
cheers.
fine horse. A
cheers,
fine
man.
horse. I can't even summarize in words right now just how incredible this horse was. She was fast. I cannot emphasize how fast she was. You remember all the times when we would travel together and I would just constantly be outrunning Sleipnir because I was riding Epna.
I always had to ask you to slow down because she was too fast.
She was too fast. She provided transport when we went out searching for those temples, the temple hunting that eventually resulted in the death of the sword laid here.
First casualty.
The first casualty of our many adventures. But she survived. She survived through all that. She survived through the ages. She survived the Dark Slayer and all the battles it endured. She just survived. But she was a little sporadic. She did have a short attention span, I will say. She always wandered away as soon as I got off her. I always had to tie her up.
She's always looking for the next adventure, apparently.
Yeah, I guess that's just it. But you know what? That was just, she was a free roaming spirit. That's who she was. And so, we lay her to rest here. Ultimately, a casualty of neglect, unfortunately. Or pure happenstance. But yep. Rest in peace, Epna. You will be missed. You were a good horse. Let's just have a moment of silence here.
Moment of silence, please. I will mute my music.
Besides the chickens. Yeah, screw the chickens. Rest in peace, Epna.
Rest in peace.
Okay, hello, horsey. We do have a spare gold armor. I'm gonna give it to this horse. But first, let me think of what you're going to be named. Let me look into your soul for a second. What kind of horse are you? Oh, hey, this guy's going up to his sibling and hanging out. He just walked up to him. He just exhaled right in my face. Seems like quite a rebel. That's what's going on. You're a rebel, aren't you? But you have a strong care for your family. Let me think characters, though. Free spirit like his mother. A bit of a rebel with strong values. Oh, wow. Ah, I got it. I just got hit with the character that embodies all the traits I just listed. Alright, Pegasus, your sibling has a name. Let the ceremony commence. Hi! Bam. Alright. Here goes the rest of it. There you go. Your mother wore an armor just like this one. The newer model is now yours.